part 4 of my Mini Cooper restoration repair. As you can see, it is outside my garage now, and that's because she fired up. She ran. I didn't record the initial startup. I don't know why, but I just didn't get the camera out. But I could tell you that when I first started pouring water in it, it started leaking at the back of the motor. And after tearing off the intake, I discovered that the plastic tube that originally failed to cause the whole issue, when I slid it into the area it goes into, I pinched the O-ring, which caused a large hole, and it leaked out water. But once I got it repaired and back together, I was very pleased at how it fired up. It ran fine. I actually went out and got it tagged, emissions done, and I drove it 30 some miles. It was a pleasant drive, no issues at all. It ran smooth, shifted smooth. It is, in my opinion, ready to go. But today I'm going to be cleaning it up. I had mentioned that I'm going to do a little more detailed work to the engine compartment, and of course I want to clean up the interior. It got a little dusty sitting in my garage for the weeks it did. So I'm going to go ahead and get the engine compartment cleaned up, as well as the interior, and if the sky clears up and it doesn't look like it's going to rain, I'm probably going to go ahead and wash it too, so it's all ready to drive to work Monday morning. I hope you stick with me. Watch the transformation from halfway clean to fully clean and ready to go. I'm very proud of this car. I'll tell you a secret, okay? Here's a secret. It Blue Books at about $7,500. With buying it and repairing it, I've only got $4,500 into it. So I'm very happy with that. Okay guys, well,
it was pretty easy to get cleaned up again because I had already gone through and did most of it earlier in the video. I think it was part 3. But anyway, I will now start working on the interior. But first, I wanted to show you how it came out. Came out pretty nice. Of course, throughout the next few washings and detailings, it'll look better and better. I'll be able to get the little tiny stuff that I wasn't able to get. And of course, this heat shield here, once it starts heating up, I'm pretty sure that I'll have a stinky smell coming out, but that's okay. It's all expected. All up on the firewall there is all cleaned up, looking good. I'm ready to move on to the interior. Let's go. That was a Roadrunner. You know, here's a funny little story. All my life, I thought Roadrunners were large birds like ostrich or something like that. And when I moved to Arizona, I saw my first Roadrunner and I was quite disappointed in the size of them. They're very little birds, as you could see. But, oh, just to so that you can hear her run, I'll go ahead and fire her up. As you could see, she sounded pretty good, didn't she? Well, inside we go. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started here inside. Gotta get my little brushes. So anyway, I'm going to have to take some all-purpose cleaner to clean right here because this seems to be the most grabbed area here for driving. You know, here in the thumb area, back here, right here. And of course, the sticks will need to have a little bit more cleaning, but I'll go ahead and hold that off till the last bit. And here's a little tip that I learned a long time ago. Any of these things, these are plastic, they're not glass. So you always want to use a cotton type of towel to clean these. You never want to use paper towels like you would use on your windows because paper will scratch plastics. These will pretty much be safe to use. It's really nice when you're cleaning a car that's already pretty clean. It turns out to be a very, very simple, quick job. Now I'm going to work on the center console. Alright guys, I'm pretty much done on the inside. I didn't do too much because it was still pretty clean. The guy kept really good care of the car, and I'm going to work on washing the exterior so that I can show you how the panoramic sunroof works. I think it's a very neat system, but I don't want to open and close it with dust everywhere. And once I open them up, I can clean the dust and grime out of the tracks. As with all areas of a car, there's little areas that are missed or not paid too much attention to. And in this car, there's these little areas right here that probably are not too easy to get to with a washcloth when you wash it, but if you get a little brush, get in there, you can really make a big difference. But of course, it'll take a few car washings to get it all out of there, or spend a lot of time on each little crevice. But I got other things to do today, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Just get the basics out of there. You see here is a hammer-on weight. I am not a fan on hammer-on weights, especially on this type of rim. I don't mind it on like my truck or something, but I like to see stick-on weights on the inside of the rim. Yeah, they have a chance of coming off, but you don't have these ugly things on your nice car. And I just think these hammer-on weights are the ugliest thing you could do. And to my nephew that thought my car washing videos was silly at first, here's another use for these beautiful brushes. After washing a car, the thing I like to do is I like to blow out the mirrors. Because a lot of times they will retain water droplets, and then when you go driving, they drip on your door panels, and since we have hard water, it tends to make stains and everything, and it's really gross. And they even do it to these door handles. It looks like this car was made pretty damn good because there was none that came out of there. Okay, well, the Mini is washed, and now I get to show you all the panoramic sunroof. This car is really neat. It's pretty fancy, more fancy than I'm used to. It is built by the B&W manufacturer. Here's a rearview mirror. Up here are the switches for the windows, and oops, might have to turn the key on. There we go. Let's figure out why that's not opening. There's all the switches for that. What's that? Oh, those are... That's for the dome light in the back. Maybe my doors need to be closed for it. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That opens it just a vent, and then another flip of the switch. You can open it up. Have a beautiful she opens up like that. Not bad if you ask me. I think it's pretty slick. Panoramic sunroof. It opens all the way back like that, and also has a little screen that you can pull over. Not bad. Now we can close it up again. Oops. For some reason, we gotta have the doors closed before that will even work. And we have this here to kind of like a screen. And there is one that goes along the back side here as well. Now I don't think I can open up the back one, slide it back like I do the front ones. It looks like that's just a flip up. Let's see if... Yeah, that looks like that's just a flip up. I don't think that slides back. But either way, it's pretty cool. I really like this car. It's full of neat little surprises here and there. Let's go close them back. There we go. Not bad, huh? Alrighty, guys. Next step here is the center console. Now, I am still learning how this car works. It's kind of odd the speedometer is in the middle of the car, but it also has the speed right here in the center where it should be. So that's not a big issue. I've got stereo controls, phone controls. Unfortunately, this car does not allow me to play audio through my phone through Bluetooth. It's just phone. So that's kind of a bummer. But normally when I travel, I usually, well, I can't see it down there. I was going to show it to you, but right down here is a USB. Oh, you can almost see it. USB plug and an aux. So I think I can play audio through a USB. So it's just a matter of plugging it up, my car charger. But anyway, it's got a cigarette lighter here. Of course, no cigarette lighter. I don't think the guy smoked. This car definitely doesn't seem like a smoker's car. But here, let me start it up here. All right. No check engine lights or anything, which is nice. And when you turn on the AC, here's the fan here, but you can also switch how warm and how cold you want it, which is kind of nice. I don't know how accurate it is, but I guess eventually we will find out as summer and winter comes and goes. Defrosters, here's the AC switch here, and what's really neat is I can press, I want it on the floor. See, I could choose all three. I can have it blowing on the floor, on me, and up top defrost just by pressing them, which is pretty neat because most cars you have to have one or the other, and it might give you a mid, and low, but it doesn't usually give you all three, which I thought was really neat here. Anyway, here's the CD player right here, and here are the stereo controls right here. I haven't played with the stereo much, but it seems to be pretty decent. I'm not complaining. And of course, this is push start. Here's a little slot for the key to rest, which I thought was kind of neat. But myself, I think I would forget it in there, but I'll show you how it goes. Here's the key fob. Goes, buttons up, and it goes in there. And when it's pressed in there like that, if you try to get out, it'll beep and try to let you know that the key is left in here. And just to get it out, you just push it. Maybe it won't come out until the car's off. Maybe. Let's try. Exactly. Interesting. It will not come out until the car is off. That turned the auxiliary back on. Now let's... Oh, I forgot to push the... Alright, and she fired back up. Pretty nice. I like her so far. Now, this has power steering, but I have never seen a power steering pump on the actual car. There's no power steering pump. So my guess is that this is an electric power steering. It has a little motor in the center column, or not center column, but the steering column that gives you your power steering. I would imagine. That's my guess. That's about all that I can really show you. The window switches are on each side. That, of course, is passenger. This is driver's side. These here are the fog lights, and this here is for the door locks. Thought that was kind of interesting too. Just like that. The AC button, and the AC works fine. I was quite pleased with how well everything works. There's not one thing on this car that does not work. When I got it, of course, the engine didn't work too good, but it's all fixed now. And I want to show you that there's a little cargo net here on the side there. My son pointed that out to me. Okay, one more thing I want to show you is if you switch these switches over here, watch what happens to the mirrors. Both of them fold in and up. I would imagine that's for if you park it in a really tight spot. But I thought that was really neat. Very worth showing you. And now they'll go back out. I thought that was really neat. But anyway, for those of you that have seen a Mini Cooper, you're probably like, yeah, so what? But to me, it's all new. And we have a sun visor with lights in it on both sides. Pretty nice. Alright guys, that's about all I'm going to be able to show you here. Everything else you've pretty much seen. Now let me tell you, there's going to be a lot of little things I'm going to be doing to this car. For instance, I plan on installing a speaker system so I can have some good bass. I think this car would be awesome, and I wouldn't have to put much in it to get it to sound really nice. There's some little repair areas that I want to do up front on the front clip. It looks like the clear coat's starting to peel up a little bit. That's something that I plan to take care of in the future. And of course, tinkering here and there. I'll have things I will want to replace and oil changes and everything. And I'll try to bring some of that content to you guys in the future. Alright guys, thank you for watching Cobra Vids. I hope you subscribe, click that bell, because I got plenty more interesting content to bring you. I have my daughter's 2008 Passat that there's an oil leak on the lower half of the engine that I want to record and bring to you guys. There's work that needs to be done to my truck. Like you guys know, the oil pan is leaking at the backside. I want to change that out. So there's a lot more interesting content heading your way. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you next time, guys.